What happened to Naughty Dog games?
They made Sleeping Dogs and Crash Bandicoot.
And The Last of Us 2.
Uncharted games, and Ratchet & Clank, and more renownedly known, The Last of Us.
Yes.
Now, as I talked about last episode, one of my favorite games was The Last of Us. And I was really, really hoping that the sequel would be better than the first. Until I got spoiled with the story leaks. So I'm not going to spoil it for everyone because
Now,
I want you to...
Hold on really quick. Those are not confirmed by Naughty Dog yet to be actual parts of the story. They're just leaks. We don't know if they're true or not.
True. But the fact that they could be real is just shockingly disappointing. Especially for the director's standards. So, I'm just going to say it out here. I'm not going to spoil anything because I don't want to disappoint anything for the fans until this game releases. So, this is what I'm going to say. I'm just going to lecture you all about two people. First one is a woman named Amy Hennig, who was renowned as one of the greatest writers of the Naughty Dog industry. She had many opportunities to work for other companies, but because of her major, she had to work someplace else. She worked at an entertainment where I can't name off the top of my head, where critics would constantly bash her for the company being too sexist, and she would reply, she really doesn't care. All her life, she's had men supporting her, and she would always thank the guys and girls for helping her. So she moved to Naughty Dog. There was one person who disliked her writing. This person would be the director of Last of Us 2, Neil Druckmann.
Now, really quick, a quick thing that I just looked her up online just to make sure that the information is correct. Casey, did you know that she worked on the Soul Reaver series?
I'm not. I did not know this.
Series and the first 3 Uncharted games.
She's worked on, actually, Nikos, she's worked on 4 Uncharted games. She worked on Jak 3. She worked on Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 2, and Legacy of Kain Defiant. So she worked on the entire franchise. Continue.
That's correct.
I did not know this, but I'm not surprised by this.
Yes, she's been a director and writer of like a whole bunch of projects. But continue.
So Druckmann didn't like her based on her writing. He claimed that he wanted her writing to be more progressive.
Oh, fuck off.
Now, problem with this, and I'm going to give it from a perspective of somebody who's played the Legacy of Kain franchise. Her writing, and specifically her directing, is cinematic marvel. If you want
that is true.
To challenge you vocabulary base with Shakespearean formatted writing,
that's what she's known for. Yeah.
It's super fucking good.
So, basically, Druckmann let go of Hennig.
Which is fucking retarded.
Which is retarded, of course. And there was a tweet he said, basically, I'm paraphrasing here, we're saying, well, Last of Us 2 is not made to be fun. Ellie's story is made not to be fun. It's supposed to be dramatic. And I influenced some great writing based from my own, quote-unquote, personal politics.
Now, okay, no game, at least in my perspective, and I know I could be wrong, unless the game is based upon political agendas such as Papers, Please, which is based upon the Democratic, or should I say, Papers, Please is primarily about the dictatorship of Russia during the time period of, suicide bombings and shit like that. But anyway, yes, Last of Us 1 was a tragic game, but it had a lot of moments in the story, and that's why I like the game for story, not gameplay, but story. Had a lot of those genuine human moments.
Yes.
We're able to go, oh, I understand. This is honestly a rational way of thinking when you're put into this type of stuff. situation. Where on the opposite spectrum, you have fucking I don't even know. I can't even give a good example, but like just dumb, terrible, stupid decisions that you keep going to the characters going, why? Why are you taking the fire escape when you can walk out the front fucking door?
Now,
Basically.
may I comment on this?
Comentos? Oh, you want umo comentos? Go por favor.
Let me,
sure, James, comment on this.
Here's what I will say, and this is why people get angry when you do dumb shit like this. If you say it's your political agenda, it will fail. It will
ruin the game.
Fail. It will ruin the franchise. It will ruin your credibility. It ruins it because, and I'm going to say this quietly so I don't piss anybody off, politics are kind of bullshit. So,
they are. Politics are not meant to be fun.
No.
It doesn't even deserve to be on this type of medium.
No. So, video games is an entertainment medium. Video games, any entertainment is a medium to basically divert your attention and give you a form of escapism. That is what a video game is supposed to do. It is not supposed to remind you that there are political agendas, unless you do it right.
Now,
unless it is from the heart and it is genuine, and the person is supposed to be somewhat progressive because of their experiences, and that's how it's supposed to be, and it's from the heart, then you can do it. True. Then and only then. If you're not doing it that way, no one's gonna buy your bullshit.
Exactly. And by having this fucking
cucklord
mess with this game that has been hailed as the greatest for the past couple of years for its cinematic, amazing success.
Yep.
It's terrible. Even though he says it's not supposed to be fun, but it's supposed to be for the experience. You're supposed to get into this feeling immersed. It's not like you play Last of Us and there's like a mini game where you're playing fucking Mario Kart or some shit.
Yeah.
That's Nintendo. This is Sony. This is Naughty Dog. And the way that this is going, like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything, but story.
Can I really quick give an example of one piece of work from her that got canceled by Electronic Arts?
Sure, go ahead.
That she worked on the story of. Specifically, she set the direction for how the cutscene was going to go for E3. Now, Casey, you should recognize this little image better than anybody because you and I watched the E3 where this little thing popped up.
Yes, exactly.
That. Yes.
That.
It was going to be a third-person open-world Star Wars game.
Yeah.
Which later was turned into something completely different.
You may know what this game is somewhat resembling to, and you remember how much of a pile of trash it actually was. Because fuck EA.
Yeah, Electronic Arts is not my best friend. However, they did release Fallen Order, which I thought was very good, but I would have preferred a game where it's trying to deal with the Empire firsthand instead of just kind of once in a while.
Anyway, that's besides.
Continue with blatant disregard of human emotion into political agenda.
Well, someone in my group chat that I'm in, he leaked out the entire story. Again, it's a leak, like you said. It may not be confirmed by Naughty Dog, but from after reading it, it sounds like it.
It definitely has their story beats.
Yeah.
Well,
Most of the source, and you could. And first, I'm just gonna spoil this one thing. It's a revenge cycle story from the first game.
So what you're saying is a game that is not polished. It is a not. Listen, here's how your usual revenge story goes. You attacked me, you fuck, and I'll come back after you after what you did. Well, now I'm coming after you for what you did to me. It's a never-ending retarded cycle that is not good fucking story development.
It's based on a character who we've never seen from the first game. It's one of those off-screen characters. Like, for instance, this one I'm going to spoil for the character. Do you remember in the ending of The Last of Us, the first game, where Joel saves Ellie from the surgeons? The surgery room? One of the surgeons Joel kills had a daughter. That's your villain.
retarded.
And she goes on a killing spree looking for Joel and Ellie.
Okay. Can I tell you what
the
that's...
ending is disappointing.
You know what that is? You know what that is exactly like?
What?
If you don't mind me saying it like this.
Go.
Saying is Naughty Dog made Snoke. A character we've never seen before, but comes into power and we don't know why.
Yes,
but
and
it's only what you're saying is it's only there to be progressive, is what you're saying.
It's only there to be something really. It's a dumb plot device. It's a stupid ass plot device that makes no fucking sense.
If we said it with Snowflake, Safe Space, and the rest of the New Warriors, will say it with this. Unless it's genuine and unless it's something outside the box, don't write garbage because of political agenda. Don't.
If you want, listen. Story based upon I want to talk about the 1960s time period of American culture and how A and B are one of the major reasons why society is as it is today because of the space race. Whatever, that's up to you.
Yeah,
just whatever. You take your political view and go, I need to go historically accurate with shit. I can't have a political agenda. It turns out the entire time JFK was a Nazi.
Yeah.
No. Because I wanted to make him a Nazi.
Yeah, screw that.
Like, and plus, Druckmann even said that, we've modeled the characters like Ellie, her girlfriends, and the main villain less female to, get this, they made the females look more androgynous to fit the political progressive narrative. And I'm just sitting there like, this is a fucking apocalypse game.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares about this political agenda?
Yep.
I just want to play this.
Listen,
why the fuck are political agendas influencing a game about that?
Because apparently they want to be more progressive.
Phoenix down
to a specific fan base, and guess what? It's only going to make it worse.
Yeah, stop doing it. Stop doing it.
Pretty soon, Ghost of Tsukushima is going to come out. You don't see any political freaking references or agendas in that game. Because what is Ghost of Tsukushima about?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, right now we don't really know because there hasn't been too much information floating about yet.
But basically, you kind of understand the concept based from the trailers, correct?
Oh, agreed. But it's still the fact that you're getting. Listen, Cyberpunk 2077 is not about the post-traumatic stress of human civilization. It's about people becoming fucking radical cyborgs.
And Keanu Reeves is a villain for some reason.
Or hero, depending on how you look at things.
Yeah.
Villain is just hero with a different letter.
Hey, at the end of the day...
But the thing is, when I looked at the trailer for Last of Us 2, where I see Ellie playing her guitar, blood streaming down her face, looking at Joel saying, I'm gonna kill every last one of them. What I got from the tweets, nothing like that. It's basically a Adronimus Kratos revenge cycle story. And it's garbage.
Now, here's the whole thing. If you want to have a political undertone where it's supposed to be, if you think about the story, you think about it from a specific perspective, I completely understand it. Like, I'll give an example. If your game's under part of it was going, this game shares themes with the Holocaust. Okay, that's fine. You can absolutely do that. That's completely fair because it has historical accuracy and proof behind it to make it a real thing. But when you are making a fucking game that is for entertainment, let's put that first. Entertainment.
Yeah.
That is what you're supposed to do and take your political views and nonsense and throw it out the fucking window. Now,
again, unless it comes from the heart and makes sense with the actual...
Naughty Dog is about to be put on the same... If this fucking game does come out, and this is big, we're not talking about, it's
The Last of Us.
We're not talking about...
It's the biggest game since the first one. And now that people are going to play this game when it comes out, they realize that they're just going to play for the gameplay and not for story.
Exactly.
And if that's going to happen...
Stupid.
Naughty Dog, you need to do 3 things before this releases in June or July.
Fire the moron that wants to create a political agenda.
Fire Neil Druckmann. because he didn't direct or write the story for Last of Us 1. No, he wrote it for the DLC, and you can tell.
Yeah.
2, bring back Amy Hennig.
Yes.
She could write a better story than that cuck. And 3rd, don't even release it in June, July. Restart the whole story.
Please.
I don't care if it takes you another 5 years. This game will bomb if Naughty Dog ends.
No, here's what's going to happen. It's not going to bomb because it has The Last of Us 2 as its title. But what it's going to do is it's going to...
Their future titles will vastly be affected.
No, here's the whole thing. Naughty Dog is known for making Crash fucking Bandicoot, and that series is great. They made fucking Sleeping Dogs, which I really enjoy for gameplay's sake, and I really liked the story to Sleeping Dogs. I thought that game was fucking fantastic. They made Uncharted, Nathan fucking Drake, dude. One of the you can't have Lara Croft and Nathan Drake in the same room because you go, oh, that's the same character.
Right.
They gave Nolan North a real career out of one of his best roles, one of his best characters. The fact that these fucking idiots are going to sit there and go, well, this individual here, listen, I believe that gay is okay. Gay is okay. Nobody's fucking arguing that point. No. But I really think that gay is okay. No, but nobody's arguing against the point. No. You're not getting it. Gay.
If you shove the agenda so much down our throats, it's just not gonna work.
This game is gonna. If this game becomes the way that it is, and people start going, well, it's starting to make me think about my ideologies. It make me an individual. So what you're saying was you were a fucking moron before you played this.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's supposed to again. It's supposed to be a horror game. It's a horror apocalypse game. There is no political agenda whatsoever.
No, it's supposed to tell you that, hey, you know what? When life gets hard, fuck, does the government not back you up when it's needed?
It doesn't.
And it makes sense.
It doesn't work. You can't have political ideologies in an apocalypse game. That's fucking oxymoron.
And the way, based from these leaks,
actually, you can.
You can, but you have to do it.
It's called Fallout New Vegas, and it's the best Fallout because of the fact that there's...
That's it.
Yes, true. But the way
that was a game based upon political undertones.
The way that these leaks use Joel and Ellie's character throughout the story, again, based from the leaks, is fucking abysmal. And again, no spoiler here, but you will be disappointed to see what will happen when this leader starts hunting them down. It'll make you think. It'll make you think back in the first game where it's like, wow, Joel and Ellie are a great team. They can survive through everything. Joel nearly died protecting Ellie. Second game, they're like pieces of meat. They just have no character whatsoever. They're merely just tools for revenge, and that's just lazy storytelling.
Hey, so basically what you're saying is they Sonic 06 it minus the political undertones. Story started off great, and then it's going to crash and burn.
No, dude, let's be honest. The story of Sonic 06 was trash at the beginning. As soon as you go, why am I looking at Final Fantasy Sonic the Hedgehog? What the fuck am I looking at?
Why does Silver look like Cloud?
Why does Silver look like Trunks? Why is Shadow straight up Vegeta?
Yeah.
Why is Dr. Eggman not as fat as he usually is?
Why does he look more human than every other character in the game, yet he has a cartoonishly big mustache?
So, moral of the story is...
But, all right, to end my rant, basically, you have to get rid of Druckmann. That man is going to ruin Naughty Dog games.
Oh, yeah. But listen, you can have a political agenda and make a good game. It's been proven in history. But you can't fucking make it your entire... I need the world to share my political views. Who gives a fuck what your political views are? They're your views. Nobody's going to be able to share your point of view because you're the only one looking at it. Listen, you can look at me and say, this shirt here is black. But I'll sit there and say, I don't know, it's kind of like a navy blue-ish color. And we'll get into like a 45-minute argument over what fucking color my shirt is. Guess what? It's a fucking color. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. And with The Last of Us, it's just a game. You really don't need to put any message in it. So, to end my rant, basically, obviously, you need to make some changes in the future, because if this game comes out and it receives disappointing reviews, hey, don't say I didn't warn you, okay? And even if the spoils or leaks, they are facts, credible or not, be warned, because if that shit comes out as true, don't come crying to me or to fucking Sony or Nada saying, hey, we want our money back, this is shit. I'm just pointing it out for you. If you really want to save some coin, just don't try to invest. If you want, go ahead and buy it. Maybe you get immersed by the graphics and the gameplay, but story-wise, forget it. I mean, there's a part of me that says you should get it just to see what it's like. Maybe the leaks aren't facts or credible.
I would say, listen, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. IGN is going to take a fucking handout, which they usually do, let's be honest. That's why Casey and I have agreed for a long time now that IGN is not a news source.
No.
Unless it comes to shit that's like obvious new games coming out, that's when they're a news source. But when it comes to actual shit, IGN, GameFAQs, IGN, Game Ranks, fucking Game Radar, all the goddamn things, including fucking Game Informer, it's all handouts. That's all they make their money off of. You want an actual game with an actual score, you come here. Because I don't care. I'll fucking buy it and play a brand new game and give you my opinion upon it. I think FF7 is fantastic from my personal perspective. I would give it a solid 9 out of 10. From what I've been able to play and from what I've been able to see, it's a solid fucking 9 out of 10. Is it perfect? No, but no game should be.
No. That being said, speaking of people...
off my rent, basically, I'm just telling you here right now, just don't buy this game only just for the stupid political agenda that they try to use. And if you try to like dislike this video or to say otherwise, I don't really care. I don't care. Your pity, your dislikes mean nothing to me. I've seen what makes you applaud.
Yeah, exactly.
Besides that, Nikos, we had a little subject from the last number of podcast where you went on a little tangent.
HBO series.
You went on a little tizzy and got upsetty spaghetti. And you were pretty fucking mad, dude. I mean, you were pretty upset. I'm going to be doing this for chunks of this review.
Please
because I think it's fucking funny.
Please don't.
Have you become The Last of Us?
I actually found about the TV series like years ago. Like I heard already that they were going to announce it, and it's mainly just going to focus the first game. So
all right, so this is a good series.
This is good Last of Us. This is not Woke of Us.
This is not Woke of Us. This is actual Last.
Okay, hold on though. Who's directing and writing it?
Good question.
Google, let's go. All right, hold on. Look this up.
Google race is on.
Who is directing?
Is it bad?
Neil Druckmann.
It might be Craig Mazin.
Or no, Neil Druckmann is what I got.
Oh no, he's writing the story, but Craig Mazin's doing the fucking directing.
Wait, Sam Raimi's gonna produce this?
Yeah.
Oh
boy.
Oh, this is gonna be some abstract art we're dealing with here.
This is gonna be a fucking train wreck.
Yep.
Listen, it's gonna be done Chernobyl style. And I'm not.
Everyone in the chat right now, please put an F for Last of Us HBO.
Okay. By the way, they released a tweet about this March 8th, which was International Women's Day.
Yeah, this is definitely Druckmann.
And now you have Ellie, Riley, Tess, Marilyn, and Maria. Maria, whatever. And a few others on the HBO fucking stupid fucking... It's going to be terrible.
It is. If you want a show on Last of Us, I have a theory. Replay the first game. Just do it episodically.
Or if you want to do it in stupid way of not enjoying a 8, 9, maybe 10-hour game, because it's about 10 hours, right, Nikos? You can probably get through it in about 10 hours.
Give or take.
Give or take, depending on how fast you're going through shit. Dude, looks like James is having some problems on his connection end. Oh,
James, what are you doing?
James, what are you doing?
You gonna protect the colony or something?
You gotta protect the colony. It's crazy. He goes, he's dead. Oh no, James finally. I mean, I could finally do one thing that I've always wanted to do. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is J-Hebert, and welcome to my side of things.
Oh no. This involves Naughty Dog, and specifically Neil Druckmann of Naughty Dog. Yes.
And Nikos is already pissed off.
Nikos. Hold on. Let me explain the story for those who don't know, because we don't need scarces of it, because I can explain it pretty well. So, because Neil Druckmann has been criticized for making The Last of Us 2, or as we infamously call it now, The Woke of Us, he tried to false flag a bunch of different content creators because of their opinions of the game before its actual launch. And because of this, every single content creator filed counterclaims and won. So it says here on Richedia Media, I believe it's how you pronounce it. Reminder, as everyone wins with their DCMA counterclaims against Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog is trash and likely won't have any legal ramifications for their bad faith abuse of the DCMA or DMCA. The only proper ramifications comes from you. Don't buy their shit game.
Now, here's a quick thing. I know somebody's going to sit there and say, well, you guys are really going to get pissed off on Neil Druckmann for the fact that he fucked up one game. Yeah, but we also did this thing called research. Nikos and I spent a good 5.5 hours together doing fucking research.
I don't care. And even if it was just one game, I don't give a fuck if it was just one game. The minute you start going and filing false copyright claims
I have a better one.
Content creators for a game that was already shit from the beginning and didn't even come out yet, all because they had an opinion of how you wrote the fucking thing, makes you a member of the Asshole Hall of Fame. Take it the fuck away, Nikos.
Let's fucking tag team this shit, right? So, okay, yes. Neil I'm a Hack Druckmann's first game he ever made was about a katana-swinging penguin that fought Nazis on a fucking train car for the net.
The game was called Pain, spelled Pain.
Gwyn.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Kill me.
So, Neil has had, for a long time, according to a lot of information, eyewitness accounts of people that have worked with him. Yes, Nikos, I got some of that information too. Don't worry about it. I can't give the sources, but I can give quotes. So, and I have them all saved onto my little phone here. So let's go with the first one here. Neil is a talentless egomaniac who attempts to continue to go for his ideology instead of going for what was best for the business at the time. He wanted to push crazy and outlandish storylines instead of actual hardcore evidence stories that would be more interesting for a global audience. Now, Neil has, and we won't deny the factor, he has worked on the Jack and Daxter series. He has worked on the Last of Us series, and he's worked on the Nathan Drake series. The Uncharted series. Yeah. He's not a terrible writer. His work is well put together, but that is because he has other people looking at him going. So, Neil Druckmann, I got it. Neil Druckmann, also known as Vince Russo 2.0.
I was just about to say, for the fans, that are
Neil
still confused,
Cuckman.
but know of Vince Russo's tendencies, and that sounds oddly familiar.
There you
Neil
go.
Druckmann is the Vince Russo of video game writing.
So, Nikos, I'm gonna put my hand up and I'm gonna come towards the camera and I'm gonna tag you in, okay? Here
Let's
I
do
go.
it.
Go on, Nikos. Let him have it.
So this motherfucker, the first game he programmed was a game in 2004 called Dicky Penguin in TKO for the Third Reich, which, as Mike described, a platform game where you play as a samurai penguin killing Nazis. I don't know why. I don't know why we needed it, but it existed.
And we should kill it with fire.
Yes. In 2004, he programmed Jack 3. 2005, Jack X Combat Racing. 2007, Uncharted, Drake's Fortune. This is when he decided to become a game designer / co-writer. This is where he started getting his roots into actual writing the story. After 2007 comes 2009 with Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. This is where he becomes a co-lead game designer. So now he's not just co-writing the games, but now he's co-leading it. Which at first, it's not that bad. Until Jack and Daxter, The Lost Frontier. Now he plays the role as an original design and a full-time writer. He's not a co-writer anymore. He is now just a regular writer.
Wait.
2013, it was Last of Us, where he is now a creative director and writer. Now, we can agree with Last of Us. It is a pitch-perfect game. Though it had a little flaws, but it still had a really good game that teaches you about morality and survival. And I think that's just a great combination, especially you have to deal with loss and consequence towards the end of the game. But then, a year later, we begin to notice some flaws with Druckmann's writing. In 2014,
Because isn't that when the expansion for Last of Us came out?
the DLC Left Behind. Now, look, I don't have a problem with Ellie coming out, as you would say. I don't think any of us have that much of a problem, but the story of the DLC was literally stupid. What's the story of the DLC?
I have a problem
Mike?
with it.
Mike, I'm going to tag you in. You ready?
Okay, here I go. Ready? Yay! So, okay, here's where the problem comes in with the DLC. It is fucking pandering towards an audience. It isn't made with some philosophical thought in mind. It isn't made with a certain agenda being a part of it. It's made of, me as a writer, looking on this, I really wanted to do a lesbian storyline. And why not use a character that everybody enjoys to turn her lesbian? Even though plot doesn't really require it and nobody asked what her sexual orientation was?
Yep.
So, in any case, the story of that is relatively simple. It's just two kids being kids. That's pretty much it. But I'll be honest. That's the whole fucking story of that DLC. Is they're kids being kids.
It's got to be political. It's got to be political.
Oh wait,
you're
they're not
making it
just
too
kids.
simple.
They're not just kids. They're gay kids. And it's like, but nobody cares. Nobody's sitting there going, finally, a character for me.
Riveting.
It's like, as I told Nikos, I would have preferred if they said, or hell, it could come out of nowhere that she was gay and everybody would have sat there and said, huh, this badass female character was gay the entire time? Huh.
I mean,
That's
it would be
okay,
a surprise, yes, but
cool. All right.
I mean,
In one sentence, Mike, did the main character better than fucking Neil Druckmann could ever dream.
Just, you don't, listen, as I've said before, you can do a gay character, and you can make them gay from the beginning, and you can do a lot of stuff with it. Just don't fucking shove it in the audience's face, because they don't care.
Yep.
Listen, you can have a whole movie where it's, we need to talk about African American power, and it's like, that's fine. And you're trying to send a message out there that these specific individuals or one person in mind should be affected by this in a positive manner. But to go for sexual orientation for little kids that have no idea what that means?
None at all.
And I'm only saying it from a perspective that James, you and I know a transgendered individual. Her name/he is named Max.
Yep.
And I don't question every single time I look at Max what his or her gender is.
Right.
Now, I know I'm using those type of things in the sentence so that way you understand where the confusion come in if you're trying to write a character down in a story. But you don't have to do that.
No,
you can just make a badass female character and then... Okay, good example. Do you want a good one? James, do you remember the character Kung Jin that you really liked playing in Mortal Kombat X?
Yes.
He's pretty cool, wasn't he? You really enjoyed his character, right?
Yeah.
He was gay. Does that change how you look at that character?
No, he's still cool.
Yeah. Did they have to blatantly go, he's gay, he's gay, he's gay? No, because NetherRealm knows how to write a story and went, they made it into a subtle line that Raiden says. They do not care about what your body craves of flesh. It's like, okay, cool, great. That's whatever. I mean, I'm just trying to quote it from memory because I haven't played Mortal Kombat 10 story mode in forever.
Sounds about right to my memory.
But yeah, they care about who you are inwards, not what you crave, or something close to that. I could probably pull up the quote at another point or have it just appear somewhere on screen for clarity.
The older dog care about what is in your heart, not about what your body craves.
Exactly. There you go. Thank you, Casey. And that's all you need. And they said, yeah, Kung Jin's gay. And then that was it. It was on Twitter. They just said it quick, and I went, huh, that's cool. He's the first gay character in a video game that I didn't ask the question, is he gay? No, I just said that's a cool character. Good job. You made a character who's interesting, and his family ties go to a good character.
And for the record, it's not that you couldn't do a gay character right, but if you don't have to make it so stereotypical that it has to be gay, and that has to be the main point of the fucking character.
Let me put it like this. If you're making a comedic game, right? You're making a comedic game about a comedic character, and you want to make him comedically gay, you can do that. That's fine. Who cares? You can do that because the game ties into that.
That's the point where you have the character that goes, dude, I'm not gay. I'm fucking ecstatic.
Exactly. I'm fucking exquisite. And I think that'd be hilarious. And that's a character that you're like, I love this character because of the fact that they're so fucking out there. It's amazing. Or you could just have, yeah, they're gay. I mean, great example is for a recent game, Detroit Become Human has 2 gay robots. And I went, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Great. That's whatever.
Yeah, right.
It's not a bad story. I'm not sitting there questioning every motive. I'm sitting there going, oh, okay, let's continue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks.
It's just, you don't need to make it the main point of the character.
So Nikos, I'm going to tag you in. And here we go.
Hey.
So, after the DLC, there came Uncharted 4 in 2016, The Thief's End. Now, problem with Uncharted 4 that I found, the story was already completed by Amy Hennig, but after they removed her from Naughty Dog, the entire script and story for Uncharted 4 had to be done by Druckmann, who at this point became, again, stayed with the creative director role, but now he's a lead co-writer. It should have, if he was a co-writer, why did he get rid of Hennig? It just made no sense. If he didn't, it would have just been writer.
Yep.
So Hennig, real quick thing, and I know I wasn't tagged in here, but I'm going to call it an assist because of pinfall.
Sure.
Things were happening. I had to jump in order to stop the
1,
pinfall.
2.
I can't. Boom! I hit it, and she's an incredible writer. She's worked on several intellectual properties. Honestly, if you're in high school right now and you want a really interesting nowadays person to write about, if you're doing an English class, she's the first person I would recommend. She's fucking fantastic of a writer. She's so good at what she does. She knows. She's worked on so many good properties. It's not even funny. But yeah, I'll go back in my corner. Referee is giving me 5.
So after that,
I
in
love
2017, he changed his role from creative director and lead co-writer to a play tester for a game called What Remains of Edith Finch. Now, Mike, I'm going to have to tag you in because I have no knowledge of this game.
Hey!
Cool. So it's a VR style experience where it is primarily about solving a case, figuring out what's going on. It's very Myst-like, and Myst was kind of like this as a point-and-click adventure style game. There's a hidden message in there that I did not attempt to find, and it's somewhat well put together, but it has a lot of plot issues from at least my personal perspective.
A lot's an understatement.
Well, I'm only saying it from my point of view because I can only give my idea of what I think is pretty bad. I think that the pacing of the game is awkward. It doesn't really work. The character in question is just not interesting enough for me to continue playing a game that's about 6.5 to almost 8 hours long. And honestly, needed to go back and be played a lot more because I found considerable fucking bugs in it that don't work and just haven't worked and will never work because it feels unpolished in certain areas where I'm like, okay, so what the fuck am I supposed to do now? Okay, Nikos, ready? Tagging you back in.
What also remained in 2007 was a game which I would have preferred as a DLC, even though the story's fucking terrible. At this part, Neil Druckmann's role is head of narrative development for Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Now, I haven't played that game, but all
There's
I know is
such an agenda.
it's terrible. It's basically Chloe teaming up with Nadine, the quote-unquote side villain in Uncharted 4.
You can see the pattern here, right? I'm not the only one. That there's a pattern with what he likes as as characters. A little bit.
Just suck a dick on Pornhub and get it the fuck over with already.
Give us a Liz.
And they didn't even try to make it better by including Sam, Nathan Drake's brother, into the mix, which didn't exactly help the story because there was literally no connection between
what story?
These 3 characters combined.
Exactly.
Rephrase this quote-unquote plot. Because, seriously, I don't understand why this is its own game when it could have been like a DLC for 4. At least
because
that
he
way,
really wanted to make it its own title for his own fucking egomaniacal problems. He has an ego
agenda
that bigger than Atlas's balls.
Fucking a lady who got fired from Star Wars and her, she's just fucking Mary, huh?
Mm-hmm. And then finally,
Kathleen and Druckmann? Oh no.
That'd be a nightmare.
That's a dark side. That's a dark side choice.
Add Vince Russo for a menage a trois, and oh god.
Dude, the dark dude. That's
Better to the dark side across that line.
of the dark side.
That's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Of the dark side.
Yeah.
And
Cancer.
then finally, we get to the last game,
John
2020,
Cafferty
The
aside.
Last of Us Part 2, where he goes back to being creative director and lead co-writer. Now, we've already explained how The Last of Us went, and I know not many people are going to appreciate this game from
Nikos.
what this...
Nikos.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Use your anger. Let the hate flow through you.
Hey, get back in your corner already. 1,
You
2.
took a shit on 2 characters that we followed through in the first game. And after reading the leaks, which are now confirmed as true, it completely ruins the experience made for these characters, only to let the principles of the agenda dominate the game now, when it wasn't even the whole narrative.
Nope.
Like, I actually have the leaks, and I will post it in the chat. I mean, either privately or whatever, but
Send it to me and I'll put
You
them
know
in the.
what?
I'll
I got a
send it
better
to you.
idea. I got a better idea, James. Because I want us to get flagged by him. Why don't we just post them on screen now? And we're going to be quiet so that way the audience member or members that are reading this can see what the problem comes in. We're going to start now.
you may need glasses to read the amount of bullshit that went into these leaks. But that's not
we'll
even
make
the
it
worst part.
we'll make it full fucking screen if we have to.
Exactly. But that's not even the worst part. Would you believe that as soon as these leaks came out, Neil Druckmann would make a video practically begging fans to buy his game for the experience?
I'll stop you right there. Roll it.
The video basically explains that, oh, well, as for what you may have heard or not, you will like this game for the amount of gameplay and effort that we put into it. Yeah, more like you fucking crunched the fucking development and the people working on this game that you fucking underpaid or
Yeah.
practically not even paid at all.
And then made them freaking file a bunch of freaking false DCMA claims.
I mean, shit. I have to find a video of some dude controlling fucking a puppet Yoda reacting to this bullshit, and everything this puppet Yoda said, spot on. You crunched your development team. You basically shit on the entirety of expectations for fans. And then you had the gall to say that you cared, quote unquote, cared for what the fans thought that would be a monster hit. I'm sorry, care. Did you care about your development team who worked on this game for, 5 years and didn't give them enough time to rework some of the script? Did you not give care?
You clearly didn't care about Amy Hennig.
Yep.
You didn't. Did you give care for your previous people that you were working with, your coworkers, before you booted them off?
Did you give a fuck about the fans that were a fan of this series before you took it and absolutely destroyed it?
No. And what I found this video amusing is that if you listen closely to that video posted by Naughty Dog, you can hear him cry. Like, he's talking about this game, and you can hear him, like, quiver his lower lip. He's just like, well, you know, you guys, from taking a glance at the game, you'll probably like, yeah, eat shit, dude. If I wanted a story about a father-son, father-daughter journey team, I'd replay God of War.
Feed
Because
me,
that game-
feed me your tears, asshole. Feed me your fucking tears in this
Exactly.
goddamn cup.
Like, if I want an adventure story that builds a bond between two characters with
Play
an
Banjo-Kazooie.
impeccable story, Banjo-Kazooie, God of War, anything else besides this. Or if you still want to invest your money and buy this game, I would have a recommendation for you. Why don't you go ahead and either do two things? One, you can wait for Cyberpunk 2077, a game that took years of development and hard work, an amazing story,
And Keanu
or
Reeves.
and Keanu Reeves, or if you want, and this is taken entirely from Puppet Yoda, you can donate your money to fucking Suzy Lou, because if you won't buy the game, then you can at least get a shout out from fucking Megamind herself.
I have a better idea. How much is this game going to be when it comes out? $60?
Probably.
I'm going to go on Steam really quick. So, Nikos, continue doing what you're doing. And I'm going to tell you what you could buy for that $60 in a bundle.
This man, Neil Cuckman, decides to plead to the fans. He wants us to buy this game just for experience, but he completely leaves out the story. And what's mind-boggling, Naughty Dog released the final trailer. He thought he was slick by not showing the fans, or quote-unquote fans, and people who watch the video, the villain, the transgender villain of this game, just to assume that, oh, the leaks aren't right, the leaks are not credited, don't worry about it. Bullshit, dude. Fucking bull. You only did that just so you wouldn't piss off the fans even further.
Because of course the fucking villain had to be fans. Because why not?
But James, here's what's messed up that you really need to take a minute to think about. She's a transgender lesbian. How the fuck does that work?
So straight. A transgendered lesbian, so she's straight.
Unlike this story.
I'm sorry. I know somebody out there is going to get pissed off at me, but when you take, that's literally the opposite of the other thing. There's no such thing as chicks with dicks, only dudes with tits.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So things that you can buy on Steam right now. For $3, you could get Uno, so you could play with your friends. If you don't have any friends, you can get the Game of the Year edition version, the Game of the Year edition of The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt.
Toss a coin to your Witcher.
You could get Total War Warhammer.
Oh, Valley of Plenty.
Yep. If you wanted to, you could get Rocket League. That's $20.
If you wanted to, you could I think I heard you mention Warhammer. You could probably get Warhammer Space Marine.
Why not? Or just get Warhammer 40K.
I paid for the worst game voted on Steam, NBA 2K20, over this fucking garbage.
You know what? Let me continue. I'm going to add a couple more to this list. You could get Streets of Rage. That's
4.
And as I said, the price range was what, $60?
About
If you wanted to, you could get let's see, Them Fighting Herds, which is a relatively good game. If you wanted to, you could absolutely go that route. You could
May I add a recommendation to this?
Go for it.
Sure.
If you wanted to switch over from Steam and go to goodoldgames.com, at least I believe that's the URL, Good Old Games is selling the first 3 games in the Roller Coaster Tycoon series for about $10 a pop.
Good old game. GOG?
GOG, yes.
May I include a
GOG.com.
recommendation?
Yeah, go for Nikos.
How about
Or you could get the Grand Theft Auto 4 Complete Edition for $20.
Continue, Nikos.
Or for $60, you can get January's best game of 2020, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
I'd buy that.
I would.
Or
I'm not even the biggest fan of Arena Fighters, and I'd buy that.
Well, here's another recommendation.
You can get Final Fantasy VII.
If you want to, and you think, I don't like this story, I don't like how Neil Druckmann writes, you could do this instead. Go on PlayEmulator.com and play all the classic games we promoted earlier
For
for
free.
free. Because
Or
that's a better use
of your money.
Goddamn time.
But hey, if you're sitting there and you're like, I want a game with strong female characters and a really interesting plot and storyline that will keep me hooked for hours on end and make me really care about what I'm doing, well, you could play KOTOR 2, or you could play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
Or you could play any of the Metroid Prime games.
That's also fair. If you wanted to, if you're like, you know what I really need? I need a good game about a main character who's lost everything. You could play Stalker. Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl is very good. It's hard, but it's very fucking good. And I'll be honest, back in the day, James, you remember this little game we used to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day at GameStop, James and I used to play the $20 game. How many games can you get for just $20? How high did we get? 10 games?
10 games.
10 games each, $20. Why? You just find that you're buying a lot of shit. But sometimes
That shit's more impressive than the woke of us.
the woke
On
of us.
the game and the HBO series.
Well, I think the HBO series is going to be fine. I think they're not going to have to deal with.
I don't. You know what? After this travesty of a fucking game, I don't trust Neil Druckmann with any goddamn.
No, that's fair.
Oh,
Honestly.
James, would you even trust the quote-unquote literature that he wrote?
Nope.
Oh, please do it. Oh, please.
So during the time he made Uncharted 2, he began to write a motion comic book for Uncharted called Uncharted: Eye of Indra.
What does human life need? Humans to reproduce and food, which becomes shit. The graphic novel was fucking shit.
It was shit. Hell, it wasn't even graphic novel. It was a fucking motion comic.
It's the same
a comic
idea.
that lets you... Yeah.
It's a goddamn fucking DVD that you would buy that's a motion comic, and I'm like sitting there going, oh, cool, that thing that's going to be free on YouTube in a year.
But aside from that, a year later, he jumped from the motion comic and went straight to graphic novel for a graphic novel called A Second Chance at Sarah. Now, I don't know much about
I'm sorry.
the series.
I'm sorry, Nikos. I hate to cut off your momentum, but
Go ahead.
I gotta put this spot. Your camera froze for just a second when your eyes were half open and your mouth was like this. You looked like you were fucking stoned off your ass.
Just like you mean,
Just like reading this
Just like
motherfucking
Neil-
list.
What was it called
It's not a
again?
good list.
Nikos,
It's
A
not
Second Chance at Sarah?
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Well-
let me guess. It's about a girl wait. It's about a gay guy or trans that happens to be a girl or lesbian or something that's named Sarah that this person, the main character, is trying to get back with. Right? Did I hit the fucking nail on the head?
No, it's
Did I do it?
actually...
No.
Here's what it is. After the birth of her son, Johnny's wife, Sarah, falls into a coma. Johnny soon discovers her talisman, which allows her... It's a fucking demon hunting story? Dealing with a demon, and her sister Rachel begins to Johnny and to save... So wait,
Oh, so we know who watched Supernatural as a kid.
a second chance... Wait,
She travels back in time to 1995.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Cool, does she meet fucking Jotaro Kujo in fucking Mario Radio? No, that was the summer of '99. It was better. Rachel dies, and Sarah never falls into a coma. Instead, lives her life normal with Johnny and their son. The son's never given a name because who gives a fuck? So this entire stupid fucking thing is about a wife who goes into a coma, whose name is Sarah, and her sister and her husband have to somehow stop a deal with a demon that allows the demon to travel back to 1995 in order to fuck with things that are in the past in order to fix things that are in the future, which eventually leads to her... What the fuck? Back to the Future fan fiction am I fucking reading?
Bro, it literally...
Mike, I can sum this whole thing up in one motion.
Neil Druckmann.
Nope. Dur, 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 dur.
This man is so unoriginal.
I mean, the art is impressive, but the art doesn't...
Guarantee the art wasn't done by him.
No, the art's done by Josuke Wong, who's...
I thought you were going to say Josuke Joestar, and I was going to go and fucking excuse me?
That's Higashi
No,
Kasha.
Josuke Joestar probably tried to stop this abomination from happening if he were real life.
It would be Josuke Higashikata, and the only reason why I know that is because I'm a fucking piece of trash weeb. Actually, his art is relatively impressive. I like the high shading and different contrast
It's not his
values.
art. It's the other guy's art.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that
okay.
Josuke Wong, his art. You know, fuck it. I'll give an example. The art is fantastic, or at least the artist is fantastic, and I think the work is very fucking good. But this fucking comic though
Can die.
Oh my god!
In a fire.
Do you guys want to see what the pendant is? Oh, James, please put it up on screen as soon as everybody sees it. Oh, put it up on screen. It's so fucking terrible.
I just saw it. What is that?
The pendant.
It's her pendant.
Her pendant. Honey, help
Wait,
me out
so
here.
so
Isn't
what
that
the fuck
symbol?
is?
Isn't that a pentagram of the devil?
So wait. So she turns into innocent person to fucking
No, it isn't.
deviant, sexual deviant?
Honey,
Is that what that is?
do you know what that is? That's the Full Metal Alchemist fucking containment seal. That's the
Neil
Full Metal
Druckmann.
Alchemist containment seal.
Neil Druckmann is so unoriginal that he is stealing art.
He's
and
stealing
objects
conception.
from other sources of medium, such as anime.
Well, he's not. Well, I mean, everything has been done, I'm sure, in
Wong
this realm. But
Wong did the illustrations. Druckmann did the writing and character development. So at the end of the day, Wong just had to draw something.
I swear he just wanted a female with fucking tits on the cover, and for some reason she had to be upside down. That's how low I think of this individual.
Oh, dude, you have no idea.
Like, that's what it feels like to me. That's literally he just wanted an excuse to put a female in a white tank top.
No, let me put it like this.
Pendulum.
Let me put it like this, good sir. There is a scene in this comic, and I'm looking at it, where she gets in a truck, and her husband's looking at her, and she goes, "That means nothing to me. I'm sorry, Johnny." And that is so fucking cringy, it's not even funny.
We can go on this all day long.
Oh yeah, I'm done.
Let's have you wrap this up real quick. Before you wrap this up, I will say to the people of Naughty Dog, because I'm sure you're all lovely people, and you're doing this because he's telling you to. Leave.
Fire his ass.
Whoever's in charge of
Fire
Naughty Dog,
him.
fire him.
Fire
Back
him.
Amy Hennig.
Yes, hire back Amy Hanging. And if they don't, fucking leave. Straight up, leave.
Dude, leave and work for someplace else, someplace that can actually pay you.
I'd take Assassin's Creed fucking game over this fucking pile of garbage
So-
any day of the week.
So, really quick, The reason why that we keep saying Amy Hennig that we haven't gone over previously, besides, I know somebody's going to sit there and say, well, she worked on Michael Jordan's Chaos in the Windy City. And I'm like, that's not a bad game. No, but she's the primary writer.
Writer for The Last of Us 1.
No. Not just, well, she didn't write The Last of Us 1. She wrote the Legacy of Kain series. And we'll talk about it at some point, but if you've never heard any of it, the dialogue, the storyline of the Legacy of Kain series is fan-fucking-tastic. It is, if you're interested in Gothic architecture, vampire redemption storylines, and Shakespearean formatted writing with soliloquies in there, you'd be interested in this shit. Plus, she worked on Jak and Daxter. She was the game director for Drake's Fortune, which is also good. She worked on the first, second, and third game. She is right now working for Skydancer Media, working on a project that hasn't fully been announced yet. But some of her writings are fucking fantastic. She's a good writer, and to get her on your payroll is really important. Like, it is stupidly important.
So, moral of the story, fire Neil Druckmann, file the talentless hack, hire a woman with talent.
Who knows what she's doing, because she's written Blood Omen, Soul Reaver 2, and Defiance, which are very good fucking games.
And I think we'll end it at that. If you wanna have any closing thoughts, Nikos, go for it.
There are some other stuff. He's been working on film and television, and a lot of his awards and nomination basically come from Last of Us and Uncharted 2, but you can look for this at his Wikipedia page. But just the moral of the story, just please, if you are a game director, writer,
Company owner.
Your company owner, just don't appeal to what a specific area of fans want. Don't include your own take on principles of your own personal politics, because not everyone
It never works.
is agree to that.
It never works.
It never
Here's what
works.
you do. Take your $60, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I've used to shit on this game, but I had the chance to play it recently, and it's fantastic. Go play No Man's Sky. At least they were honest with what happened, and they didn't sit there and attempt to fuck people over. It's just fame got too far ahead of their development and things happened. This is a talentless fucking... I wouldn't say talentless. This is a hack writer who is trying to appeal to his own agenda instead of saying, what is the more natural role into the future?
Then taking credit for other people's work in the case of Amy Hennig, but truly, what makes him the biggest prick on the planet
A bastard.
Copyrighted content creators, or attempted to, similar to Nico, similar to everybody in the Uniforce, struck all sorts of small and big content creators because he hated that they criticized him. And that, my friend, is why Neil Druckmann is also in the Asshole Hall of Fame. You got a 3 for folks. You got a 3.
Here he comes. He's a scumbag amongst them all. He's a dick. And an asshole, as we can see quick. Now he's in the Hall of Fame amongst us all. He's a douchebag amongst most. He's the burner of your toast. He's a prick. He's a dick, and he's a fuck. But if there's one thing that we know he is amongst all the little kids, is that he's a stupid, dumb fuck.
Who will probably turn you kids gay.
In other words, ladies and gentlemen, he's an asshole. He's an asshole.
Thank you very much, good sir. So, Nikos, that's for you and I.
Yeah.
Dog's releasing new skins for consoles. And they're not fixing the game.
Definitely not.
They've already said that they're not going to fix it in any format and way. They're just going to be doing what they want to do and say, go fuck yourself, everybody else.
Well, you know what? Here's to ya. Both of these middle fingers right back.
So, James, can you do me a quick favor, good sir?
Yep.
Can you pull up the image of this new fucking thing so everybody can see it in the video?
So new skins for Last of Us 2.
Yep.
Exclusive for PlayStation 4 Pro and DualShock controllers.
Okay, we're getting to it. Okay, oh boy.
Here it comes.
To be honest,
Here we go.
I wouldn't have
3, 2, 1, bang. Oh boy, how tragic.
That's the Last of Us original.
That's cool. That's actually cool.
that's Last of Us 1, or Last of Us
Is that
Remastered.
2? Is that 2?
That's Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, hi, Noah.
Hi, Noah. By the way,
Hello.
we may be able to predict. I was talking to him about possibly getting all of us in on the Indy DQ group so we can try to get their belt. But anyway.
Hey,
So
we don't believe in
basically,
stealing. We just believe in we just believe in global fucking robbery.
Yeah. Indy Force,
No, no.
motherfucker. Don't
Says-
We don't
don't
believe
think
in
we forgot about our
stealing.
old intro, motherfucker.
we
Can't
don't
be
believe
stopped.
in stealing. We just
Can't be moved.
bel-
Can't be
can't
rocked.
be rocked.
Can't be shook.
When
Be
will you
hot.
fellas learn?
Well, what you brothers learn.
All right. So we got. Yeah.
So basically, what PlayStation released is, again, this is more like a fan edit, but it's the idea is it's the
James, you may want to look
PlayStation-
up the actual PlayStation skin.
Yeah.
That's what I tried to do, and then
New skin for Last of Us 2. Look
Yes.
up PlayStation 2 Last of Us. PlayStation 4 Last of Us 2 skin.
I'll just do PlayStation 4. Oh. Is that it? What the Oh, that's
Yeah.
ugly. Oh, that's so ugly.
Well, I'll just
It's one of
describe
them.
it. It's basically just the black box with Ellie's tree tattoo on
You
it.
know what? Look at the controller.
Is that it? Is that it?
Not
Nope, that's
really.
a fan made one. Go to the controller. The controller's literally the exact same fucking skin.
Or
See the white
you could do
remote?
this. You could go on the Sony account on Facebook and find it there.
All right. What am I supposed to type in? Tell me the keywords to type in here.
You could type
Last. Oh no. You know what? PS5 for skin for Last of Us 2. Jesus. All right. Here we go. This is the one that keeps popping up.
Don't worry about it.
But basically, I found it on Facebook.
All right.
where
If
It's
you
basically just
found
a
it,
black
if you
box.
found it, just send it to me, and then I'll just show it on my screen
Yeah.
when you get it. Because I'm trying to do this little real quick because it was in the chat and I didn't realize it. So this will be before the end. So there you go. That's the Last of Us game thing. So there you go. Oh my God, that's so trash.
Together forever.
That's oh man. Oh wait, hold on.
Fucking garbage too.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, it's so bad, dude.
Uh-huh.
That's the worst. All right, there you go, everyone. Now it's the
bland. It's terrible.
Jesus Christ.
Cool. I'm really glad I grabbed my 1999 fucking Trapper Keeper for this shit.
All right, yep, that was past. This is future us. Back to past tense. That'll like mean none at all, so I can get this out by the time before before Double or Nothing.
Yeah. So basically, it's pretty bland. It's just the black PlayStation 4 console with Ellie's tree/marijuana tattoo on
Some
it,
stupid fucking tropical leaf tattoo that nobody gives two shits about.
and the controller is in the same way, where it just has that tattoo on it too. It's just nothing spectacular, nothing of value. It's just that. And they think it'll try and boost up sales, but
No,
based
it's
from
not.
the leaks
Clearly.
based from the leaks post that we posted last episode.
Yeah, no. In fact, you know
it's not
what?
gonna save the game.
You know what?
Like, it's really
I'll
not gonna
actually
save at all.
show it in by screen sharing now. Hold on. There you are. There are the freaking leaks. That should tell you all you need to know, man.
You know,
That should tell you all you need to
we'll
know.
be quiet for a couple seconds so the person that is watching the premiered version of this podcast can actually read this properly.
Yep.
So we'll give a couple moments so that way you folks can watch this, read this properly.
Yep. So there you go. Highly recommend you at least pause if you're watching this after the fact.
We won't switch topics so that way you have enough time to read this properly.
And that should be enough time for you to get the general gist of
Yes.
the travesty.
So it's a fucking sin. It's not interesting. Nobody cares.
Mm-mm.
Again, political agenda got him in the way.
Oh,
of this
don't
game,
worry.
so
Nikos
no
and I
one's
are
gonna
going to be.
Oh, there's more to
Disgusting
it than
bad.
that.
The Mike and Mike are, cocked, loaded, and ready to blow this asshole straight to the seventh hell.
All right, finish him off. Go.
Nikos, you want
Last
to go first?
night, I'll just give a quick description that you can take from there. After the live video of our previous episode, I went through YouTube and I discovered a video regarding Naughty Dog. And this video I found from the YouTuber Pimp Master Broda, which is the guy who does like the Puppet Yoda, parodies,
Yeah.
where the person controlling the puppet was sent a notice,
Yeah, a
warning
cease and
from Naughty
desist, I
Dog.
believe. Yeah,
Cease and desist from Naughty Dog for satirically cosplaying as the villain in Last of Us 2.
Yep.
The person was cosplaying as Senator Armstrong from Metal Gear Rising as a
Just
parody
because
to
people do not like your shit does not mean you have the right to take content down on if it's under fair use. You fucking left-wing, all-right, snowflake justice having ass cunt. Jesus.
So yeah, just because of parodying, the villain looks like Senator Armstrong, but here's the thing: Senator Armstrong is philosophically just the final boss of the game that's actually considered. Do you think he is a final boss? Is he a bad guy? Is Raiden an idiot? He probably is. Where it's not supposed to be taken seriously, but the fact that Naughty Dog, or actually no, Druckmann, is getting his way to cease and desist cosplayers,
Yeah.
that's just, that has to follow under a certain guideline of, like, I don't know, reaching your control.
It's abuse. It's abuse of the DCMA copyright law.
Allow me, good sir. Just because you're a hack writer who doesn't know what a story beat is and doesn't understand the idiosyncrasies between a character and how to keep a storyline from point A to point B does not mean because you fucked up and confirmed that the leaks were real, confirmed that the leaks were real instead of just sweeping it under the fucking rug because you're a fucking dumb shit, does not mean that you get to harass and abuse your fan base because you're a fucking idiot.
Yep.
No, he's
to do that.
Let's put this topic to bed. He's not just an idiot. He's an asshole. He's an asshole.
So please attempt to sue us. We're not wrong.
I dare
It's
you,
that tired.
bitch. Come at me, bitch.
It's not like we have it.
Me, bitch.
It's not like we have anything to our names anyway.
Yeah. What money are you gonna get from us? $0 in my name, $0 in Nikos' name because we're college students, $0 in Mike's name because I don't know. She just doesn't right now. Well,
I just don't want money.
He just doesn't want money, and then Nikos might be the richest of all of us, and that's not saying much. Actually, that's saying a lot, to be honest. But it's still a
I
lot
don't wanna
less than
take
you would
credit.
think. It's a lot less than you would think. So you ain't getting much. So try me.
You're not even gonna get enough to pay your legal fees, asshole.
You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose out, and you're gonna look like an idiot in the end. Especially considering the fact that just like all your other DCMA copyright abuses, this one will also probably be overturned because they know it's BS. They will continue to say it's BS because you're a talentless hack who couldn't take the pressure of being a content creator, and so now you're getting shit for it, and you can't handle it. You talentless goddamn prick.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. We don't need to mention your name anymore. Bye. And you know what?
If you would like to know, Nikos and I are going to be doing a new podcast in the next couple weeks where we will be discussing this whole problem.
Here's what you do. You discuss the whole problem, and I'll even give you a podcast for you to review the game when it comes out. Because I'm telling you right now, because of him abusing the DCMA law, fuck you if you think I'm gonna even give this game a review.
Oh, I'm not going to review it.
Your name is out of my
James,
mouth.
I'm not going to review it. I'm not going to review it. I'm reviewing Druckmann.
Still,
I'm doing.
I'm saying
Him
when
and I
the
are going to
game
be doing
comes out.
something.
I'm not even
better.
gonna review the game. I'm not even gonna review the game when it comes out.
What's the point? It's going to suck.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just watch other YouTubers play it and just smile as they complain that it sucks.
We thrive on your tears, you fucking sheep.
Yep.
So what YouTuber are you gonna watch for this type of stupid game? Jacksepticeye?
Yeah.
Good luck.
He'll quit.
He'll quit after the first episode.
Yep.
I'll be like,
100%.
Oh, it got 5 views this month. Huh. Well, I'm not doing that again.